If there's one thing in this world that I am terrified of, it's feeling and looking like a failure. And I didn't know what to do. My first semester in college was rough. During that semester, I ended up having a severe asthma attack. Ended up not being able to get out of bed because I was wheezing and couldn't breathe for 2 weeks. That was, I think, the start of when everything just started going downhill. I finally got an appointment with a doctor to find out what was going on. By the end of it, she's like, "You have depression. You also have anxiety. And so we're gonna give you this medication." The depression got so severe that not only did I, again, the next semester, stop going to classes, but it got so bad that I knew that if I didn't quit school right then, something bad was going to happen. I quit the medication and I quit school. I moved back home and I felt like a failure. Finally, in 2018, I was diagnosed with ADHD. And that was the moment that everything made sense in my life. But it turns out that it was the reason for my anxiety, and it was the reason why I failed out of school. When I said I couldn't function, it turns out that it was true. I literally couldn't function because I do not have executive functioning skills. Finally, my husband convinced me to go back to school. He was like, "Why don't you go to UVU?" I stepped in a classroom. It is so different here. Because this is a teaching university, the professors know who I am. They know me on a personal level, and not just know me, but they see me. And that was a game changer. I felt like I was finally learning actual applicable skills, and they were in communications because I could be in the PR program. Not only was communications a good option for me, it's my calling. This is what I want to do. I would never have known that if I didn't have the opportunities that UVU gave me. I have a professor who recognized all of these skills. She's like, "Hannah, have you considered applying for the Utah State Legislative Internship?" And I was like, "Well, I've looked at it, but I have 3 kids. So no." And she messages me and she's like, "But you should do it." She messages me again. She's like, "Okay, I'm setting up a meeting. We're gonna talk about it and we're gonna find a way for you to do it." And I turned to my husband, I was like, "Oh, you should see what my professor said." And he looks at it, he's like, "Well, why aren't you applying then? This is what you are supposed to do." And so I applied. And that was another life-changing decision that I made. I walked out of that internship knowing that I could accomplish things. I don't know if I ever would have stopped going in circles if it weren't for the support that UVU provides. I am so freaking proud to be a Wolverine now. More proud than I've ever been of any other school that I've been in. I am proud to be a Wolverine because this is a school that cares about the individual. They care about me personally. Professors know my name, and they also know their other students. They know each of us because the purpose of this school is us. The students are the core of this school, and UVU treats us like we are.